I hope today finds you all well. I myself, I'm just now leaving my plantation, which I fondly refer to as Candyland. That's my employment. I am a bit frustrated as I leave my place of work. You know, now some people may just, I'm surely some people will disagree with me. There's, to me, at least personally in this moment, to me, there's nothing worse than the white man's job. Then the only thing worse than the white man's job is working on the white man's job with other black people. Uh Now, why do I say that? Why do I say that? The reason T Chandler, what's happening? Matter of fact, let me see why you here. Let's see, how do I do that? Add as moderator. I've been waiting for you. Let me go ahead and put you on here. Yep. Yeah. The reason I say that is because now when you're working with other white people, and I guess you could say about the same for any other ethnic group, and maybe not 100% the same for other ethnic groups. You might have that white person that's on your neck that's watching you and whatever, or just might have an issue with you. But the way to beat that is, to me, is successful. To me, it's just to do their job to the best of your ability. No problem, Sister T. You know that. Hey, if you my guy Unitas managed to be my first and only moderator up to this point, but you know that you A100 in my book, sis. Uh, I say this about I can't necessarily say my kind, my group of people. Well, I mean, that's no, you go back to the white folks. White folks, they give you primes, whatever. But the way I beat that is that I'm 100% on focus on doing my shit or my job, whatever. And I give them the fake smile or whatever. I mean, hey, I don't like to consider it in my real offline. I mean, I guess offline, regular day to day, when I'm not under the whip of Master Charlie. And I mean, my Mr. Charlie, the boss man. Well, not in the whip of the boss man. I like to consider myself 100% genuine for people, or as genuine as possible. You are already. So it's like you got to put on you put on your certain mask when you in certain positions, and I got my mask for work. Now, the issue I'm gonna take the issue with my black folks because I don't want to feel the stereotype of all black people are lazy. But there's a reasoning behind that stereotype. I say I wear my mask at work, and when I go to work, I was raised by people, my relative. Well, I'll point specifically to my granddaddy. My granddaddy taught me the value of hard work. My granddaddy taught me the importance of doing quality work. So it's like when I see people of my racial group, not of my kind, because like I said, I describe my kind as those who like to consider the quality of their work their calling card. So when I say, that my people, that I keep on saying my people. When I say people of my racial group are kind of lazy, it's like it's like you're there to do the bare minimum. And I keep repeatedly seeing in different situations where there's not oftentimes not a team effort per se. Now if I'm seeing you or you bogged down in your work and I'm not necessarily doing shit, I'm gonna go and try to help you out a little bit. I don't like the fact that I'm training to be level 4 cotton picker. There's levels in my job. I work from level 0 to level. I'm training for level 4 now. and it's busy, and I'm learning, and it's work. You know, I mean, it gets easier as I learn what I'm doing. But you know, if I'm doing this work and I'm learning at the same time, I have a trainer, and me and my trainer at odds. Because it's one thing about, you know, if you training someone, and you have a trainee, uh, naturally, I guess naturally your work might get somewhat easier. But at the same time, the job that you train your trainee for is still your job. Don't take that as an opportunity. I mean, it's fair. You know, hell, you work your job if you by yourself to 100%. But don't take the opportunity to put or to try to put all the work on somebody else. And then it's like, don't try to play the role like, well, I'm trying to, like you trying to put me in the fire. When I show you that I know how to do certain shit, and you still, and then I'm bogged down with other shit, and you know that you could take over doing that shit that needs to be done to keep with the flow of work. But nevertheless, uh that's just on the job shit. You know, it's like the bare minimum shit, the lack of teamwork. uh Motherfuckers get to hide and shit when you looking for them. The people not where they supposed to be. But my title of this is they only hate on you because you solid. uh I say this because, you know, like I said, I got my mask at work, and you know, I come to work just about every day. You know, and I guess you could say that in my opinion, I'm a quality worker. Some people, you know, they might be impressed by that, but then some people might necessarily, I guess, they may be below par, or they may feel as if their position. I don't understand why anybody would necessarily feel their position is threatened, but they may feel that underneath the light of someone else, that they look subpar in their position compared to that person working that same position. So what they do is that you'll sense a certain type of mood or something about them, a certain type of way that they treat you, a certain type of way. You know, I don't. Oh, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's easy to describe. You know, uh, either they'll be fake with you, or they'll act like they have a problem with you. The fake part is really kind of the worst. Because one thing I can't stand is a motherfucker that's in my face smiling. Meanwhile, you know, they got it. They rubbing your back, looking for a soft spot to stab. So in situations like that, I mean, you know, if it's in you to be a solid and genuine person, it's kind of like, you know, you kind of want to, and the popular saying is give back that energy that you get. But then if you return that energy, it compromises who you are. It compromises the solid person that you are. So it's like the frustration comes where, you know, I have my principles. I have my set of guidelines and statutes that make up the Constitution to me. So it's like, if my mind is saying, well, you know, fuck that, you fuck that do-gooder shit, fuck that, you know, being on stand on your square with it, get them what they give you. And it gets tempting, and I can't lie and say that often that not I shouldn't say often, but there have been instances where I do it. But then it's like, after the fact, you sitting alone in your thoughts, and it's like you're questioning. Now, not necessarily questioning yourself. You kind of halfway chastising yourself and halfway guilty, even though the other side of your brain is like, I'm entirely justified by the way I handled a certain situation. But I'm just saying, I don't get. I mean, why is it so easy? Why is it so easy to try to to get in a motherfucker way or trip a motherfucker up or find some way to derail somebody because you're not solid, because you fake, you weak, you a sucker. You know, why try to turn me into a sucker? Why try to push me to be fake with you? It's a lot easier for you to aspire to be solid. I mean, from my understanding, well, I guess along aside from the frustrations I'm speaking on now, uh, when you live your life solid, and when you know that you're the dependable person, someone can come to you and get it, and get it, and get what they get from you in a righteous way. Uh, it seems as if in certain situations, I mean, I guess, of course, when you run across the type of people, as I say, the fake and the phony and the weak, it seems like you're more prosperous with people. You're more successful in certain situations because they know that. I guess this would only work with another solid person. So I guess it's like they know that they have an expectation, the expectation I'm speaking of. If I'm coming at you the right way, I expect for somebody to come back at me the right way. So I guess when these type of spirits meet, these kindred people meet, these similar kind of people meet together, it's a relief for me, you know. And I mean, and you find those people that sometimes you may think that they coming at you 100% legit and 100% solid, but then after time, it might be a certain situation where they might break your heart by way of betrayal or deception. But you know, I guess when you go through those situations and circumstances, it kind of builds a resolve in you, and I guess the way that resolve is fortified depends on the type of spirit you have. Because, like I said, I'm tempted oftentimes. Sometimes I fall victim to to falling off my square, being solid, returning energy. But at the end of the day, though, you know, and I'm sure there may be exceptions to this. You can't. I would be hard pressed to find somebody to say that I fucking done them wrong, that I dogged them out. Do I just intentionally and just heartlessly mistreated them? So just to end all this, man, cause I'm outside the store, cause I gotta go back into that motherfucking plantation, get ready to go in there from 7 a.m. in the morning. So that means I'm getting up early, 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., whatever. Stay solid, just for the sake of other solid people. If not for the sake of other people, just as a representation, as a demonstration, as an aspiration for those who are not so solid to be. Be a guideline for others. Don't, and it goes down to the little bitty babies, because some of this shit is conditioning to children. And as the children grow, it only gets worse. Just like you plant proper seeds in the child, you're gonna get proper fruit. But if you plant bad seeds in a child, because I always say Mr. Charleston say, no child is born bad. So it's like, it's what you put into that child. So as you go from that child into that adult, those seeds that were sowed in you and fertilized along your course of living, that's the fruit that you have to offer to the world. So your fruit, the fruit the harvest that you provide to those, to this world and to those around you should be that type of harvest that, for lack to stay with the term of food, nutritious and invigorating and fortified with enriching uh uh vitamins and minerals. And by vitamins and minerals, I mean, just good deeds and good words and inspiration and motivation, you know. So yeah, with that being said, I just like my channel is growing phenomenally. It really would have been a absolute beautiful check on the 21st of this month. However, I have a strike from some mark that basically hated my account before I even got monetized. So on June the 2nd, that strike falls off. And then when that strike falls off, hopefully shortly thereafter, the good YouTube people will allow me to start earning some bread on here. And then I'll be graciously and happily and enthusiastically paying tithes to my benefactor, to my mentor. And I say my benefactor too, that's fine too, because I ain't got no problem saying that. He's a benefactor to many. And even in situations with those who didn't necessarily value or appreciate or misused his generosity and his graciousness. So yeah, dear Mr. Mentor, them ties coming, brother. I appreciate you for reaching down, because like I said, when I first started doing it, somebody come and pull me, and I needed someone to pull me out this mud, a disappointment and despair and depression. And just like that, in the midst of a pandemic, the videos with the laughs and the thoughts and the information and the guidance above one's emotions came through. I'm always going, could not, a motherfucker can say what they want. I'm gonna give that nigga flowers while he living. I'm gonna speak his name and praise. I don't care how the motherfucker make you feel on this internet. I guess if if you continue to watch them, cause even if you hate them, you can't help but watch them. You start to believe that you might get a little bit smarter and start getting a better understanding, and begin to appreciate that man for what he does. So with that being said, T Chandler, thank you for riding with me, sister. Hey, yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, and then it's like one of them. I just looked today, and the Lil King video, the CPS video, that mug is at 100,000 views. Man, it's some double, there's some 10,000 and plus views other videos for this that would have been for this pay cycle per se. But that's all good. It'd be greater later. You stay down so you can get down. shout out to Mr. Charles the Rat Williams. Shout out to Mr. Chicken Shit Charlie. Oh man, shout out to Blue Charles and Blue. Whatever iterations of his moniker you may choose to pull out your sack and bag. So yeah, Sister T, you know what it is, nigga nation or nothing. Peace and love to the next go round.